Hey, what's up guys? It's Retro here, and I have been asked a question by one of my friends, and it's a question that's been popping around the community for a long time. If I was to get into collecting retro games and stuff like that all over again, where would I start? Or more accurately, for this video, where would I recommend somebody start collecting, especially if they were on the more budget conscious side of things? And so we're going to get into that here today. But before we do so, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, then please make sure to like and subscribe. As always, we're building a community here, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Anyway, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush here, guys. One of the best consoles you really can start with as far as collecting, it's gonna be in the 7th generation of consoles. And that, of course, is the Xbox 360. Now, you might have an idea as to why, you might not, and that's fine, because we're gonna break it down here. But I really recommend collectors start with the 360 for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, they're abundant. They're really easy to get hold of, and you have your pick of different models, and they're fairly cheap for what they are. Secondly, the games for them are, again, really inexpensive. And what's more, this was the heyday of backwards compatibility. So you can collect not only for one, but 2 consoles, because you also have the ability to play a lot of Xbox games on them. Not all of them, which we'll go over a few, not all of them, but a lot of them, and a lot of the really good ones too. I'm going to show you a couple you might want for your collection if you're looking to get started. Now, another cool thing, personally, I think about the 360, especially if you have the launch model, is it's actually customizable. If you remember back in the day when it came out, there were custom faceplates that you could buy for the Xbox 360. Now these days, that concept has been blown up. You can find all sorts of third-party custom stickers and faceplates and all sorts of stuff for it. So you can really do a lot of customization and self-expression with your Xbox 360. But please be advised, if you do get the launch model, you will need like an extra attachment accessory for it to use Wi-Fi. There was a little dongle that had to attach to it. Later models like this one here don't have that problem. Also, you want to make sure you have a good hard drive. This one here has a much smaller hard drive that comes out of a drawer. There's a little pull tab here, if I can get to it. Hold on, I promise I'm not this clumsy with it. Let me just do this. Okay, here, I got it. There it is. All right, so you have that, and I have another one here I'll show you as well. Give me just a moment. Okay, so this is something much closer to the launch model 360. The faceplate comes off and it's customizable. This is the hard drive. I actually got this for free. I do want to get a couple more different hookups for it. Another cool thing about the Xbox 360, at least I want to say this model, I can't remember if it's true for this one as well. Yes, it is. Good. The Xbox 360 is one of only 2 systems that are native VGA, which is to say you can plug it into a computer monitor. Now, of course, you can do HDMI. That's always been an option. But VGA is going to give you a pretty good image, and you have a lot of other options as well. And it's not something you usually see. So that's kind of cool, I think. But anyway, so the console obviously is only one part of this equation. What about the games? Well, you do have some options when it comes to games. I want to go over a couple of the backwards compatible games first and foremost. So a couple of the really big ones you're going to want for your collection starting off are games like Fusion Frenzy. If you like crazy couch co-op, this game is a lot of fun. It's basically a party game, and it was one of the first to really introduce online play on the original Xbox. It's really cool stuff, and it has that early 2000s vibe to it. I really enjoy it. Another one you'll want to get, which is always a classic, is Halo. You can get the trilogy, the first 3 games, because the third game is for 360. You can also get things like Reach and all that. And I know that the 360 online support kind of just was kind of expired a while back. They kind of quit supporting it and shut down the Xbox Live Online store for the 360, which means I'm sure mods are coming in and we'll see some modifications done that let you play online with this. But yeah, the Halo games are an obvious inclusion. I'd be crazy to talk about the Xbox and not give Halo a mention. That being said, like I said earlier, a lot of games are backwards compatible, but not all of them, which is a big disappointment. Mad Dash, a really fun racing game. Think if Twisted Metal went Looney Tunes. It's basically that, and this has an amazing soundtrack of like old school techno electro music, but sadly you're stuck on the original Xbox, and I don't think anyone has ported this yet because it never got super popular, despite the fact that it had an amazing soundtrack. Another one that really disappoints me, Jet Set Radio Future. This game, which is part of a 2-pack here with Sega GT, since it is basically a promotional disc a lot of people got as like a pack-in with their original Xbox, this particular version of the games, this disc here is, again, stuck on original Xbox. But don't despair, because you do have the always classic Grand Theft Auto 5. Everyone loves that. And again, it's one of those massively popular games that pretty much everybody has to have for their collection. It's, if it were a book, I would call it required reading, you know? But I've actually started collecting a certain franchise of games I'm really excited to get into. And that is Dance Dance Revolution. If you're like me, you loved DDR back in the arcades, and I'm happy to tell you that 360 can enjoy 5 amazing titles. So you're definitely not going to be, starving for fun cardio, reminiscent of the old arcade days. So with that being said, guys, that is basically my breakdown of a lot of the options you have for collecting for the Xbox 360. You also get to collect a little bit for the original Xbox. And the cool thing about these games in particular is they're not terribly expensive. I mean, like at all. To kind of give you an idea, let me actually check these here. For instance, the Xbox Dance Dance Revolution games, if you can see, it's like $3, $4. And you can get games for like $4, $5, $6, up to $10, depending on the games. Some cost more, some cost less, but on average, you won't be paying more than like $10 for your games, and that's across both consoles. Honestly, I don't know why, because they're amazing titles. But it also plays DVDs, which, yes, I understand a lot of the times isn't as big a deal in our age of streaming, but with streaming just getting worse and worse, I'm finding myself leaning more back into physical media. So having a solid DVD player is definitely a plus for me. And you can also download music to the hard drive while you play. That's kind of cool. It was a feature on the original Xbox a lot of people forgot about. And if you're lucky and you find one of the old hard drives, you also get some of the Xbox arcade games on there as well. A lot of those games are in danger of becoming lost media, sadly. But more or less, If you're looking to get started with your gaming collection, you could do way worse than starting with the Xbox 360. It offers a lot of really good features. It's an all-in-one media center for physical media, and you get to collect for multiple amazing consoles. It has a lot of customization, a lot of options in terms of AV solutions. You can do it on a modern TV or on a CRT television. The sky's the limit. It's affordable, you have a lot of options, and you have quite a lot of games that are inexpensive for you to grow your collection. But that, on the whole, is the Xbox 360 collector's experience. Tell me down in the comments, what game or what console do you recommend people start with? I want to hear your recommendations down in the comments below. Do you agree with my assessment? Is there something I may have forgot to mention? Let me hear your thoughts down in the comments. And guys, like I said, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, we're still growing our community. So please don't hesitate to like and subscribe, because I'd love for you to be a part of it. That being said, guys, I've been Retro Coyote, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.